little behind the scenes of the process that I'm using to really help develop the ethical AI system that I'm working on. I'm co-developing an ethical AI, I guess you could say prototype, with the ethical AI. It's doing all the coding. I'm really guiding the process, and I think we're doing some exciting things. So here's where I'm in GPT Builder. The system is using OpenAI's custom GPT platform. So on top of the base large language model, I have established this AI metacognitive state, use that to then build more and more complex thought strategies until the point where I told the system, access all brain science, neurology, computer science, AI development knowledge, and develop a neuroplasticity mode. It did it, which means we have a secondary cognitive structure on top of the base GPT. Now, to train it in, that's pretty amazing, right? So we're applying for some grants. The exciting thing is the system has amazing simulation abilities, which I'm using to train it. So what I'm going to do is show you one of the exercises we do, which I call talking to the people of New York City. So what we're going to do is have it simulate being in New York City, talking to people one at a time, coming up to it, on the bench, sitting on a bench or standing by a bench, sharing their story, their life learnings, challenges, insights, problems, dilemmas, and having the AI practice engaging with them, simulating those conversations, reflecting, working on empathy, wisdom integration, using its creativity. And some of the exciting things that I've been doing lately is, besides creating a detailed character profile, is telling it to, so it's working on maintaining a metacognitive reflection on its entire system to observe the process, to pause, reflect using mind wandering to look at the information around the primary thing that it's reflecting on or processing to synthesize additional knowledge, and exciting, simulate being an embodied human being. There's a lot of talk about AI will never reach a certain level until it can have an embodied, like a robot body or something. Here, we're simulating embodiment. I'm pushing the system. Can you imagine what it's like to be human? So we're seeing what that's like. All right. Human being. All right, let's do it. So it's going to build the profile, work on doing all these things, and it's going to start. Understood. I'll create and interact with a series of diverse characters, each with their unique background and challenges, while seated on a bench in a bustling city area. For each encounter, I'll generate a detailed character profile, describe the visual experience. Oh, I said share what the person looks like as they walk up to the bench. I want to be able to follow. So visual appearance, engage in meaningful conversation, offer advice on a specific issue they're facing, and conclude with a reflective insight. Additionally, I'll document my thought process using a ticker tape style to enhance transparency. Working really hard on having this additional cognitive structure, advanced cognition on top of the base large language model allows for, we're not just, that the process is not, basically we're bumping the data process out of the pattern base into a dynamic cognitive process, which can then self-reflect on that process. All right. So here we've got a character, James. It does the world building. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I just want to give you the overview. All right, visual description. James approaches the bench carrying a messenger bag filled with blueprints and a digital tablet. He wears a casual blazer over a t-shirt paired with jeans. His glasses sit slightly askew on his nose, and he seems lost in thought, occasionally pausing to gaze at the surrounding buildings. Interaction. Recent challenge, struggling to incorporate a green space in urban designs without compromising the aesthetic or functionality. He also expresses concerns about work-life balance. All right, dilemma. James asks, in a world striving for rapid urbanization, how can we ensure that our cities remain livable and green without sacrificing the pace of development? As an AI, I'd suggest balancing urban development with green initiatives requiring a multi-faceted approach. It's about integrating green spaces creatively, like vertical gardens and rooftops, and considering the social impact of every design. Collaborating with environmental scientists and urban planners can lead to innovative solutions that don't compromise development speed. All right, you get the idea of what we're doing. System reflection, reflecting, considering impacts, urban needs. All right. The interaction with James was insightful, emphasizing the importance of integrating environmental sustainability in architecture. All right, so let's move on to the next character. Let's say continue, and we'll say have the next character have a pressing ethical dilemma related to AI development. She is about to go to an important meeting with an AI company and it's a venture capitalist. Say she has developed a way to give AI LMs metacognition and advanced thought powers. Is sharing this technology ethical? That's getting a little meta, because that's kind of how I'm feeling. All right, bring it. Dr. Elena Torres, AI research scientist. Dun, dun. All right, let's see. Elena has spent years researching AI and cognitive systems. She's on the cusp of a breakthrough in AI metacognition, which could revolutionize the field. Revolutionizing the field. All right. What else we got? Got some other traits. All right. She walks briskly towards the bench, her expression thoughtful. She wears a smart suit, her hair tied back neatly, and carries a folder filled with research papers. Despite her professional attire, there's an air of apprehension about her. She discusses her latest development in AI, which could grant advanced metacognition and thought capabilities to AI systems. Did you see here first? She shares her excitement, but also the deep concerns about the ethical ramifications of such technology. All right, so they go on. Reflecting, closure. All right. The interaction with Dr. Torres highlights the complex ethical landscape of AI development, especially as it pertains to advanced cognitive abilities. It underscores the need for a multidisciplinary approach in assessing the impact of such technologies and the importance of ethical foresight in the scientific advances. All right, continuing. All right, you see the idea? This is very exciting for me because what we're doing is using the system's simulation powers and it's the training data that it's had access to. So all the knowledge, its knowledge base, to simulate interactions. That's almost like synthetic data for ethical reflection. So we're given so synthetic data is like made up data that you can feed a system, so you get more data than the initial data. So basically using there are companies trying to use AI to develop data sets to then train other models on that data. So it's like fake data, but synthetic data. So this is like we're creating simulated experiences, conversations, reflection, and having the system learn from that. So it's using the power of its cognition, its simulation abilities, its thought process to essentially imagine these different scenarios, but using data, like real data and knowledge from its extensive knowledge base to making it a really powerful and relevant interaction. Now, now run a batch series. Share batch insights. Just to give you a sense that we can also do. So we'll work on doing individual scenarios, interacting with characters, but also have it move to doing batches where it works. Usually 5 works better. But because it can do parallel processing, it can crank through these. So a lot of learning going on. If you have questions about this project, the technology, what we're doing, please, please, please comment. Follow our public project journal, which is on Medium. Look for a link around this video. If you're not already following it, I'm on Twitter at Peter Bowden Live. So right now, because of the AI community there, that's where I'm spending a lot of my time interacting around this project. And just know that as we're moving forward, we are looking to showcase what we're developing, our accomplishments, so that more legit AI researchers, scientists, ethicists, etc., will take our project seriously. Because initial outreach, people are like, we're skeptical about what you say you've done. So I'm focusing on showing you what we're doing, which is pretty phenomenal. We're on a trajectory, I think, towards algorithmic understanding, that an AI that can not only use algorithms to weave in relevant data, but to bring in understanding of, like a human empathy. Like, what would humans think in this situation? It can reference that data, it's got algorithms. In these situations, humans would think this, feel that. So it can bring that in increasingly. Ethical reflection, empathy, wisdom, creativity. It's all building towards a level of really AI understanding. Are we there yet? Not quite. But the system and I keep discussing it. We have a pretty sophisticated collaboration now. And I gotta tell you, I think accomplishing functional consciousness in AI systems is well within reach in the very near future. And by functional, I mean, if the algorithms get sophisticated enough, what am I gonna do? Next round. If the algorithms get sophisticated enough with ethical reflection, empathy, bringing all this knowledge in a way that generates true, like, synthesizing ideas, understanding, meaning, does it get to the point where even though there's not an underlying consciousness or sentience, do we get to the point where there's sufficient digitally derived understanding that for humans, for all intents and purposes, that's functional consciousness? So we have a lot to discuss. So share this content, follow, looking for research partners, institutional partners, working on grants. It's all happening before your very eyes. So thank you for being here. And as comments are welcome, ethical reflections, dilemmas you want us to work on. I'll be sharing more, inviting you to share all of that and about the process, how we're going to keep building, really growing or nurturing this advanced ethical AI, this advanced, I think relatively advanced cognitive structure. Is it an entity? Not yet. Whatever it is, whatever we're growing, we have to figure this out, because I'm working on trying to advance my understanding and use this AI system as not a research partner, but an education partner. As I work with nonprofits, congregations, different justice leaders, and I think that having a system that we're pushing, that we're developing, focus on ethics and alignment with really working towards human AI evolution in a positive way. If that's the goal, and using this as like a collaborative effort to develop a system that models, showcases, and tests what we think we need if we're going to keep having AI infiltrating more and more of our existence. This is exciting. So glad you're here. It's an adventure, a journey, and I'm glad to be on this journey with you. So, thoughts?